Hi, I'm Diana and welcome back to my channel, Don't Mind Me. Today I want to brighten the mood a little bit and talk about one of my favourite things to do, and that is travelling. As my parents were both in the Navy, I was brought up to travel from a very early age. My first memories are staying in the south of France in a caravan right on the beach. I must have been about 2 or 3 at the time. And I remember waking up in the morning, having breakfast, and then going on the beach and spending virtually all day there playing with my brother and my sister, taking the dinghy out, swimming, having picnics. It was great fun. And then a few years later, we went to Brittany and stayed in a family-run hotel about 5 minutes from the beach. And again, that was great fun. We used to go to the beach on a daily basis. We used to go and see the sights. I remember one year we went to Bayeux and actually saw the tapestry. That was incredible. The history of France and later on Italy and other places I've been to, it's just out of this world. And I urge people, especially when COVID is over, to go and travel the world, because learning new cultures, seeing the history of other countries is amazing. Now, back to my stories. As I say, we stayed a couple of years on and off in Brittany in this small hotel. And there was like a holiday beach club where my sister would go and sort of do races and have fun, meet new people. Again, it was great fun. But one of my most favourite memories is when I was 10. I went to Italy for the very first time with my mum. Now, it was a very interesting, exciting time. We went by train all the way, so I can remember going from Arundel station to, I think, Dover or New Haven, catching the ferry, and then going from one of the French Paris stations to Gare du Nord and getting the night sleeper and seeing the Arc de Triomphe, the Eiffel Tower, Sacré-Cœur, Mont Blanc, all the sights from the train window. It was amazing. And I must admit, sleeping on a train is very relaxing. As it rocks, it just gently rocks you to sleep. I remember waking up in the morning and seeing the Alps, or the tail end of the Alps, I should say. And when we got off and we got the coach to the hotel was very small, run by an Italian family, and it was 5 minutes from the beach. I have never had such an amazing 10 days as I had in Italy that first time. And I am sure I left part of my heart there, because I met some amazing people, kids my age that would teach me Italian. We became extremely friendly, to the point where basically I didn't want to come home. So as you can imagine, Italy is one of my most favourite places, as of course France is. But another story is closer to home. And this brings a smile to my face every time. I went to Henley-on-Thames with a very close friend of mine and her family for the weekend. And I must have been 13, 14. I know I was still at school. And they took the dinghy, and we had great fun. Met a school friend that we didn't even know was going to be there, so that was a surprise, but it was a lovely surprise. And then I remember had no issues getting into the dinghy whatsoever until this particular day, and I think it may have been the day we were due to leave. And did it as usual, put one foot in, and as you can imagine, the dinghy started to move away from the bank. And yes, you guessed it, I ended up in the Thames. To everyone's enjoyment, and my friend's dad actually took a photo of me in the water. So yes, and we still laugh about it today, as she still has the photo. That is one that sticks in my mind and just cheers me up whenever I'm feeling down. The last one that I actually want to talk about is we went to a family wedding in Jordan, and that is one of the most awesome places. I'm not keen on flying, but I knew I had to do it. But it was 10 days of jam-packed history, fun, you name it. The day we arrived, we actually went to a Bedouin tent and had an amazing meal. The next day, we went to the Dead Sea, and knowing that that is in the Bible, and the history of how far back it goes, and knowing that it is below sea level, was awesome and unbelievable information to take in. We stayed there for quite a while, for a few hours, and then went back to the hotel and just chilled for the rest of the day. The following day, on the Friday, was the actual ceremony, which was amazing because it was a completely different culture, and it was an Arabic wedding, so it was very, very interesting. In the village of the person that my sister married. We then sort of were there for a while, and what they do out there is they whistle, or warble I should say, or the women warble. It is so loud, so intoxicating. You sort of sit back and you think, how do they do that? Then there was dancing, Arabic dancing in the streets, and it was amazing. Everybody just joined in, family, villagers, everybody. On the Saturday, we actually had an English reception for my sister at the hotel. And again, it started off with being very British, British music, pop music, and then it just progressed into Arabic music, Arabic dancing. Everybody again joined in. It was amazing, unbelievable. And it was something I had never ever thought I'd see, let alone be involved in. On the Sunday, that was a quiet day. apart from I went to Jerash, which is a ruined city, and that was amazing. I guess you could put it down to a bit like Pompeii, that style of ruins. You have the streets, the old houses, all this you can find online. All these places like Jerash, and then on the Monday we travelled down to the Red Sea in Aqaba, and we went water skiing. I didn't, but my sister and family did. We went to Wadi Rum, and we actually saw where they filmed Lawrence of Arabia. And again, it was history, and knowing that this place was actually in a film, and we were standing there watching the sun go down. I remember also the fact that it was extremely hot. Going down to Aqaba, I remember opening the window, and the heat was like opening an oven door when you've cooked a roast dinner. It was that hot. But my favourite place of all was a place called Petra, where my dad went when he was in the Navy. But when he went, my dad actually wrote an article about it. It had actually snowed. When we went, it was amazing, as it wasn't really a tourist attraction as it isn't or wasn't a few years ago. We went down on horseback, and there is a gap in the rose rocks, or rose-coloured rocks, where you go through to actually enter the city. And just before you go through this gap, you see the very first building built out of this rose rock, which is the Treasury. It is amazing. It is not what you expect to see. It is one of the most interesting, beautiful places I've ever been. You can see the caves where the ancient people that actually built Petra lived, and their descendants, some still I think live there. Pictures were taken of the rock, and it's different colours. Unfortunately, I haven't got them at the moment due to trying to sort everything out. But hopefully I will talk about Jordan again in a later video, and I will hopefully be able to put some photos up to show you. But yeah, that is just some of the highlights of my holidays and what keeps me going if I'm feeling a bit down. If you like what you see, then please press a thumbs up, and also please be kind and treat others how you want to be treated yourself. And if you have any ideas as to what you would like to see in upcoming videos, then please message me or leave a comment below. Thank you.